Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Today's episode, powered by Perfect Sports Nutrition, is all about how to move laterally. Stop moving back in a straight line. All right, in today's episode, we're gonna be talking about moving laterally. And there's different types and different reasons why you're gonna move laterally. The first thing we talk about moving laterally is you don't wanna exit in a straight line all the time. End up against the ropes of the cage where your opponent can kind of capitalize on that. So I'm gonna teach you how to move laterally. There's ways to move slower, more calculated, then there's faster way. Then there's ways to move when you're trying to be evasive and trying to be a little bit more dynamic. So let's get into the first ways, the more calculated way and the way you would teach a beginner, and that's with box stepping. So with box stepping, you always want to keep a good stance. You don't want your feet crossing because then you can't really follow up, counter, and then you're unstructured in your stance. So if you want to move calculated, this is where the box step is nice, where I'm always here moving laterally one step at a time. Our feet never crossing. So this is one of the first things, even when I created the channel, that I taught you from basically episode 1 on. So if I'm going to the right now, I'm going to move my back foot first here. So you can see it's slow and it's calculated the way we move here. Now, if you want to move a little bit quicker, this is where we use a gallop step. So from here, you're just galloping, but you're still in your stance, okay? So you can gallop. So you have box stepping versus gallop, and this is more if I'm tracking someone. So if I'm here with Matt and I'm following him against the ropes, see, I can go slow or I can go fast to stay in front of him, okay? Now, if I want to move even quicker, the fastest way to do it is in a neutral stance. If I keep one of my stances here, you know, forward and backwards, it's hard for me to move fast in this direction in this stance. So when I want to move fast laterally, I put my feet more in a neutral here, so this way I can move fast in this direction, okay? So it's depending on how fast you want to move or how fast you're tracking your opponent, okay? So those are the 3 main ways if you're tracking somebody. Now, the main thing about this video is not exiting back on a straight line. So after you take a few steps back, that's when you want to pick a direction to go. Make it unpredictable. So the one I always talk about here is the triangle step. So if I'm here with Matt, and if Matt attacks me very fast, I don't want to be caught going here, and now I'm against the ropes and he's going to attack me. So after I take an exit step out, I want to circle, okay, my lateral step. So this is our triangle step that you should know by now if you've been following the channel. So Matt comes in, I step out to my neutral, and I circle, okay? Now the big thing, questions I get a lot of time when I'm talking about that neutral stance here, is your coaches always tell you don't stand in this position. You're square, you're compromised defensively, they're gonna hit you down the middle. However, right? You got to understand range and distance. If I'm here, he can't hit me. So it doesn't really matter what stance I'm in from the outside as long as I know my range control. If I'm all of a sudden stepping here and I can get hit, yes, I don't want to be square in mid-range. I'm okay to be square in longer range, and then I could move a little bit faster, okay? So again, Matt comes into me, I can back out and then circle laterally. Get away from being pressured into the corners or against the cage, okay? Now, that's the one you learn. Now, this one I'm going to show you now is a little bit more boxing focused, and that's called the Lstep. Now, from this position, Matt comes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a hard 90-degree cut this way, and I could exit out my footwork, okay? So as I pull my foot back here, I cut out on the direction, and then I could circle out. So that's what we call our Lstep. Now, same thing here. I can cut into this direction if I want, or I can cut the other direction. You'll find this one more in boxing here. I can quickly take that nice little lateral step. Okay? So that is called the Lstep. Now, when you do the different types of lateral stepping, you just have to make sure you understand what your opponent's doing. So if Matt's not attacking me very fast, right, I can just move slowly, right, using that gallop step. If Matt blitzes very quickly, I might have to use that triangle step very quickly, or he comes again, I use a quick Lstep to take that lateral step. But ultimately, I'm not falling backwards, I'm not being on my heels, and I'm not exiting on a straight line. So you have to build in this type of footwork to be safe, to be defensive. Now, there's other things you can do, which is a little bit more advanced, which is sliding out of the position as well. So even though I'm not taking a full 90-degree angle, I can slide on a 45. So even if Matt comes, just that simple slide out on the angle is gonna help me, one, stay safe, not exit in a straight line, but it's also gonna allow me to attack on a different angle. So mat comes here, I could exit, slide here, and then I can get a nice attack from that 45-degree angle. If I really need to exit, that's when instead of the slide out, I might use that Lstep, take that 90-degree turn, and this way I'm safe and out of harm, okay? So quick little recap, there's different speeds you can move laterally for different reasons. So if I want a slow calculated track and mat moves, I use the box stepping, okay? Nice and calculated. If I need to move a little bit faster, I develop a gallop to the steps, still staying in my stance. If mat moves very quickly, I'm gonna go into a neutral stance to be able to track him a little bit quicker and keep up with his pace. Now, if he starts pressuring very aggressively forward, starts blitzing me, I can triangle step out, right? I could L-step out in the direction, or if I want to keep a nice 45-degree angle, see, I even use a frame, take a 45-degree slide out, and now I could attack on the angle, okay? So understand forward, backwards, lateral tracking, all very important, but don't always end up going back in a straight line. That's what your coach always tells you. Always take those angles, take the exits to stay safe, all right? I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you keep liking, subscribing to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA, and make sure you support the channel. First, by supporting Perfect Sports Nutrition, code Bazooka20 linked in the description below. We have Hayabusa Fight with the T3 boxing gloves, my personal favorite. And last but not least, bazookatraining.com. So for only $9.99 a month, you get 4 videos a week from me, all brand new. Bag work, home workouts, tutorials, sparring drills, plus an archive of over 200 videos for only $9.99 a month. All right? Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Welcome to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA online training. I'm Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the owner here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Over the past year, I've designed and created a website to teach Bazooka curriculum at home and across the world. The purpose of this website is for you to, one, hit your fitness and health goals, all while learning world-class martial arts instruction from me. The beautiful thing about this website, it's geared for all levels. So if you're learning martial arts for the first time as a beginner, we help you progress into the bigger stages. And if you're a pro fighter, guess what? We have different fight concepts for you to improve your tool set and your skills in the ring or cage. As the fastest rising kickboxing world champion and a lifelong martial artist with over 30 years of experience, I've been able to combine my passion for martial arts and teaching to create this website. This website's gonna give you some of the tricks, secrets, and inside look at some of the training I use to win my world title. Once you subscribe to this site, you're gonna be getting weekly training videos and tutorials that you can do from anywhere. The sections are broken up into 3 parts. The first is bag workout. So if you have a bag at home or at your gym, you can use these workouts to supplement your training. The second is at-home workouts. A lot of us don't have the room for a bag or a bag in general, so these workouts are for no equipment needed and you can do them anywhere. And finally, the tutorial section. If you're having any problems with a specific technique or fight concept that's covered in any of the workouts, go to the tutorial section, learn the technique, and then go back to the workout, and this time, do it with proper technique. One of the added benefits once you subscribe is the forums section, where you can get a more personalized experience where you can ask questions and I'll be able to go in there and answer them. It's all about building a team and a community of martial artists helping each other grow. So subscribe now to get access to all the videos plus more so you can be part of the squad here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.